got problems, then say some. Chopper come out of the bus like a motherfucking ray gun. Think you a beast, but you ain't one. You are not on the same page as a kid, you just page one. Ain't had no luck, I had to make some. When I get rich, got the Tesla on day one. What color Tesla I want? The red one. What kind of red he want? The Shanks one. My niggas know I got drive, gripping that wheel. I swear a nigga got callous. My team ain't losing, don't know why you challenging. Chopper go like it's Valorant.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, we're back for some more One Piece. Last time we watched episodes 831 to 833. Today we'll be watching episodes 834 to 836. Now, in the last video, we went ahead and successfully infiltrated the Big Mom Pirates Tea Party with, the side story of Sanji and Pudding's wedding, but that is something we'll, sweep under the rug for now and get into the main piece de resistance of Big Mom and Jinbei's whole face-to-face, Jinbei has been a favorite of mine for a while, although he's been used pretty sparingly. His overall character and demeanor and, very brash, no bullshit attitude is a favorite of mine for sure. You see those same qualities in characters like Whitebeard, Zoro, the characters that don't really take any shit, and they're the tough outward appearance, but they do seem to have some type of inward gold within them. They are able to display their emotions and vulnerabilities in a pretty spectacular way, to say the least. And those are my favorite types of characters, because they're not afraid to show emotion, but also not afraid to be badass when they need to be badass. And Jinbei showed both of those in the last video with episodes 832 and 833, showing his concern for his crew and his love for his country, of course, not wanting to leave them behind in such tumultuous situations. But on top of that, he was able to show that he's not no bitch, all right? He will stare down a mere emperor, his words, not mine, because I wouldn't be able to say that, and successfully leave her crew withstanding her devilish abilities, pun intended, and was able to come out on top without losing any of his lifespan and keeping his crew fairly safe. So, it's pretty safe to say that Jinbei is quite the badass, and especially if he joins the Straw Hats, I will expect him to be one of my favorites of the crew. But besides the point of that, we're going to get into the plot points that had occurred in the last 3 episodes. Sanji and Pudding finally entering the tea party in their Sunday best, getting ready to be husband and wife in front of the Big Mom Pirates and Germa 66, as well as the top dogs of the underworld. So everyone viewing this entire fake wedding, basically, is going to be the Red Wedding pretty soon, is what they expected, with the assassination of Germa 66. But of course that all goes to shit, because nothing in One Piece ever works out now, does it? We also saw the the gifting of Big Mom, as she is the main individual, the main the person that's organizing everything as far as this wedding is concerned. So she got a lot of gifts as far as people that are pulling up. It felt very I don't know, it's a weird type of honor thing that you see within a lot of different types of mafia movies and things like that. The eldest of the families are usually regarded with respect and honor. You give them gifts to sort of portray that that respect that you have for them. So it's weird that Big Mom is taking that seat, considering how horrible she is to a lot of her children and people that follow her. So I don't know, you have that same, personality with a lot of other, heads of families, but it's they give as much as they take. They might be, cold and cruel to a lot of people, but they're also loving in a way. And I don't know if we've seen a lot of that from Big Mom, but maybe that's just a testament to her strength as far as she's able to, create Toto Land and all this stuff. Maybe that is the, loving care that she's able to give to her family. So I don't know. It feels like it's a lot more give, or it's a lot more take than give as far as Big Mom is concerned. But regardless, they gave her a lot of gifts, and one of the main gifts that everyone was concerned about was the Tamate box. the box that is rigged with explosives that Fishman Island leaders, King Neptune, as well as his ministers, were decided to rig it was just in case anybody was to steal it. But they weren't expecting it to land in the hands of an emperor, so if this does go off the way that I think it's going to go off, Fishman Island is going to be in quite the pickle, especially when they lost one of their greatest fighters, Jinbei. Not fully, but you know what I mean. He is pretty intent on joining the Straw Hat crew, so much so as to say goodbye to his crew so that they can head over to Fishman Island to protect it in case there are any bad people on their way, which they might be, seeing as how she is very excited to open the Tamate box. And top of that, she's not only excited for the Tamate box, she also wants to eat that wedding cake that was so gloriously destroyed by Monkey D. Luffy, who is already in the hot seat with Big Mom after 2 very tense phone calls with the Emperor, basically touting how she is not much of a threat to him. He'll kick her ass all the way through the New World, and he is not afraid of her one bit. And Big Mom's starting to get pissed by all these people defying her and telling her that they're not afraid of her. I think she's going to show just how fearsome she can be in a little bit, but we'll have to see how that goes down. But let us get into the wedding portion here of Sanji and Pudding, who had decided that it was time to attempt this assassination. Of course, Pudding showing off her third eye in hopes that it would shock Sanji to the point where she would have an opening to shoot him. He instead, flipped the reverse card. He said, here's my trap card. I'm going to tell you that your eye is beautiful and you're going to get shocked instead so that I don't have to die here. I don't know if that's what he was planning. I don't know if he assumed that Pudding was in the worst, most horrible position that she could have been possibly put in after being abused and tormented for a feature of her face that she couldn't possibly control. But if that was his plan, then he's extremely clever, but I don't see how there's any way for him to know that she was in that kind of a position. So something tells me that I don't know. I really don't know, because he already knew that she had that eye. So maybe he was just trying to play with her emotions in a way that he would be able to come out with an advantage over her. I don't know, but we'll have to see. Maybe Sanji is just genuinely a good person and told her that her eye is beautiful because he actually does think that. And Sanji's humanity and his caring nature, the things that his family basically ridiculed him for are the things that basically saved him and them in a way. So there is that little bit of irony. Pudding falling to her knees, which of course her older brother Katakuri saw with his powerful observation haki that could see into the future. He was wondering why she fell onto her knees and did not shoot Sanji. So, in hopes to mend the situation, in which he saw the priest, go ahead and try to shoot Sanji, but he used his observation haki and dodged the bullet. He tried to instead shoot Sanji himself before he could do so with a jelly bean, and Sanji dodged that as well with his observation haki, and he instead hit the priest who was going to shoot Sanji. So there goes that little bit of OP future sight ability, which somehow failed him completely. And he was, at a loss for words. He was like, I don't know what to do. This is an unprecedented situation. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, Big Mom. Like, he was pretty afraid at that point. After Sanji had saved, or rather after Sanji had saved himself and Germa 66 basically from that assassination attempt, carried over Pudding as Luffy destroyed the giant wedding cake, because of course he had a big prank in mind for Big Mom, which he had spent all that time gathering up animals in order to perform this prank, turning them into himself so that they could crash out of the wedding cake that Big Mom was looking forward to. As horrible as Big Mom is, she's literally getting nothing that she's ever wanted at this point. Like, she got that croquet bouche that she was basically going crazy over, but now this wedding cake she wanted so bad, Brook, that was taken from her, and now a Tamate box that's going to end up being an explosive. She's got quite the bad run coming for her. On top of that, she didn't get the Germa 66 assassination that she wanted. So yeah, she's going to be an angry lady for quite a bit, and I don't want to see what an angry emperor looks like after all this. Luffy destroys the wedding cake, Pudding saves her. Germa 66 still has no idea that Sanji basically saved them. And they believe that Straw Hats had ruined their chances of being under Big Mom and having her army with them. So there's that. They might actually fight against the Straw Hats and with Big Mom still, now that they don't really realize what was going to happen. So I'd love to see how that goes down. And after Luffy trying to duke it out with Big Mom and destroy the picture that they had, I think Katakuri actually had seen that coming, and he grabbed him with his weird ability known as the Mochi Mochi fruit. Mochi seems to be some type of gelatinous marshmallow type of food that he's able to turn his body into. It's a paramecia type. And it seemed like he shrouded it around with hockey. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just some type of dark colored mochi, or I'm assuming it's hockey because it's like metallic. But he was able to catch Luffy by turning his I think it was his leg into mochi, and he'd stuck Luffy so that he wasn't able to move. Jinbei pulled up using his water bending abilities with some tea and told Luffy that, again, you know, liquids are a weakness of these food abilities, just like we saw with Cracker. So there's that. And of course, while everyone was focused on Luffy and Jinbei leaving Big Mom's crew, as I said, Jinbei staring down Big Mom, unafraid of her ability. So her soul pocus, or yeah, it was soul pocus ability, wasn't able to work on him because he was not afraid of death. Brook had snuck behind and broke the picture, which was the goal in the beginning. So it's like, I guess everything worked out for the best at this point. So we'll have to see how everything goes down now that the picture is broken, and Big Mom basically has 10 things going wrong for her at this point. So let's see how everything turns out. Full reaction links in the description, early reaction over on Patreon. But without any further ado, let us get into episode 834. Zeus and Prometheus. So she hasn't seen, oh my god. So she hasn't seen that her picture was destroyed. I'd imagine that explosion would have destroyed it anyway. Hello. And goodbye. Mother Caramel's picture is broken. Y'all better dip. Oh. There it is. Put it on the earplugs. This is a big deal. My man taking pictures, bro. He's got to post everything to the gram. Now, I wonder if that's too extreme, though. Like, are you sure she's going to knock out from that? Or if she's just going to just go ballistic instead? Now, let's see if your plan goes according to what you wanted. And it was the toy that you always wanted to keep. Wow, he really had that mask on tight, bro. That shit was stuck to him. She's hyperventilating. Now, the only problem that we might run into, or actually there are two, she doesn't fully knock out, or Katakuri sees the rocket launchers coming and then he blocks them. Well, wouldn't that kill him? He peeled off his face. Don't talk to Soul King like that. Alright, let's see what happens. You betrayed me like this? I died just once a long time ago. Oh, it's working. She really got knocked out, bro. The pupils are gone. Yeah, I think that was way too extreme, bro. That's what I was afraid of, bro. That might have been too much. I think you should have just pushed it over again. Yeah, they did way too much at once. The wedding cake, the wedding going wrong, the picture breaking, Jinbei leaving. That's just a lot. Ew. I guess to a certain extent they've been through similar things. And by similar, I just mean childhood trauma and abuse. But I think as far as how it affected them, it was completely different. Then again, Sanji has known more people to care about him than Pudding. So it makes sense that Pudding turned out into this type of person. She didn't really get to experience what being cared about felt like, unlike Sanji. Okay, this Daifuku dude, can you quickly explain your abilities for me real quick? Yep, there it is. Daifuku, third son, Puff Puff Fruit, a lamp man? What? So he's got a genie in a bottle kind of thing going. That's his ability. Or he is the bottle that a genie lives inside. Interesting. Okay. Oh my! Really backhanded the shit out of her. So this man's got the Genie Un Rage Hunt. He's got the rub my nipple ability. That's a weird power, bro. I wasn't expecting it to be that. I thought he like transformed into something else. Huh. So he's like the bottle that the genie comes out of. So can he like make wishes or something? Or like, is that genie just like another completely different thing living inside of him? Yeah, she's not gonna knock out, bro. They did way too much. My precious day, all ruined in 18 different ways. Shark skin palm thrust. I hope Jinbei doesn't get nerfed. You know that thing where that meme where like you unlock you fight the boss in a game and then you unlock him and then he's not nearly as strong. Wow. Just pretend to die. Oh, he's really gonna cry about it. Oh, you gonna shed tears? No way. Oh, they about to clown you forever, dude. Damn. And they're gonna snap pics of him crying. Oh, this might be better, bro. Don't even kill him. Embarrass this fool. Point and laugh. Point and laugh. Look at him. Look at him. I ain't gonna feel bad. You're gonna have to reveal your shit, bro. Cover is blown. Invisible Symphonia. The tension is rising. Do what we paid you to do. There it is. Cover blown. With music. Hey. Hey. Hey, hey. Let's hope that works. Shove it in her face, I guess. So look what we did. Is he gonna make it in time? I guess he is. Oh, he went after the genie. Talk about a meteor strike. Get at him, Sanji. Yeah, she ain't gonna forget that name now. To be continued. What an episode. Wow. Quite the shocking presentation of tense situations here. They're going to build up to be something pretty shocking, I must say. As far as curving expectations, a lot has gone down that I was not expecting, so I applaud them for that. If One Piece does anything right, it's keeping me on my toes. In my seat on my toes, bro. So I can't tell what's gonna happen. But I also do appreciate that they do somewhat put the heroes in fairly concerning situations. For an operation like this, you would not think that over-planning would be their downfall, but clearly it was. They did way too much to really, guarantee that Big Mom wouldn't get knocked out so that they would have their chance to shoot her down. But they did so much to the point where she's just too out of it now. She doesn't even have the mental capacity to go crazy. She's just just in a confused, fugue state at this point. So I don't even know if showing that stuff to her again is possible to make her pissed off, because that's what you wanted at the end of the day. You wanted to make her pissed off, but she's just confused. She's like, how, is this a nightmare? Like, what's going on? Let me wake up. Now Judge's precarious situation here, as far as tearfully pissing his pants at the sight of deceit and betrayal. I mean, it's more so the fact that he doesn't get what he wants, right? Like, he's been fighting his whole life and crafted this horrific plan to not only create demonic children that would be emotionless and cold-hearted, even at the face of death, as we've seen, but also created this army of clones using borderline human cloning with this scientific marvel of Vegapunk and his own creation. More so him than Vegapunk, I'd imagine, but still, the combination of these two things, years of work, it's clearly far too much for him to handle. That it's all gone to shit just because he trusted the wrong people. I mean, when you go over to trust an emperor, what can you do? They served you a shit sandwich and you ate it with delight. You better take it all in, buddy. And what's even worse, I don't even think this stuff here is really going to change him as a person, because how could you? Maybe it could, I don't know, but like, I don't even think Sanji's brothers are capable of change. That's just not hardwired into them. So as far as how Judge perceives this situation, I think he's going to come out of this an even more distrusting and unpleasing person, to the point where even if his whole entire kingdom falls, because he's seen as like this sort of whining infant after they took all these pictures and everything, and word of mouth is going to go around, I think he's going to come out an even worse person who's bitter at the fact that nothing went to plan. So not only is Sanji going to not really care about him and go on his own journey, but his children are probably just going to peace out. So you're useless, dude. You could already see it in their faces here. Like, well, we've already been caught. Why are you whining right now, bro? So there's never really been any point in the story where the children voiced their opinions on their own father. Maybe a little bit from Reiju, but they do what he says and they follow his plans, but I don't really know how they think of him as a person, like as far as if they respect him or not. So Maybe we'll start to get a little bit more of that now that they see him, you know, at his worst potentially. And looking at it here, Beji, you know, making bad situation, or making the best out of a bad situation, blowing his cover in order to keep Katakuri off of Luffy for as long as he can. So we'll have to see what Katakuri is able to do. If he's going to use his future sight a little bit better than he just did, and is able to prevent Luffy from making Big Mom even more pissed than she already is. But let's get into the next episode of your episode 835. Let go. All right, next episode of the video, episode 835. It's quite the sticky situation, don't you think? Pun intended. That guy has a hat with eyes too. What's the name of that hat? Oh, they both got hat with eyes, bro. All these hats and clothing pieces with souls in them, bro. What's poppin', Daifuku? Oh boy. Not the lackeys. Ooh. And a grenade launcher? Let's see how this dude really fights with this mochi. He sees in the future he's gonna betray him, and that he's gonna shoot him. He's like, wow, you bastard, before you even do what you do. Oh, that's a whole machine gun, alright. Or a Gatling gun. So he can't get shot, kind of like Luffy. Seems like he's like, well, it doesn't look like the bullets are okay. Ew, bro, that looks so weird. Okay, so it doesn't bounce out like rubber, but it just sort of absorbs into him like a jelly type of thing. Or mochi, as I guess it is. Gear third. Bigfoot. He can't get shot either. Oh, someone's gonna block it. It's too early. Oh no, he's gonna melt his shit, bro. Ooh. Oh, he dropped the picture too. Hey man, don't you use Red Hawk? Ain't that the same shit? No, he grabbed a hold of it. Ooh, heat versus cold. You've already been cut. Too slow. Brook really carrying the group right now, bro. Held off Big Mom to copy the poneglyph, broke the picture, and he got it back. But now you're meeting your ultimate enemy. There you go, Brook. Yo, real talk, I really want Brook to beat Oven. He needs a win, dude. After as hard as he went with Big Mom, I need him to fight somebody and actually get through it. This is gonna be fire, though. Yes, sir. There you go. That chattering mouth, I'll burn you to the marrow. Oh my god. I don't think that was a joke, dude. You're really gonna burn you to the marrow. Yeah, y'all really standing there with guns to their faces. You have no reason not to shoot them right now, but it's plot. I mean, they're not gonna die, but like, I wonder how strong that candy is. Regardless of not having the raid suits or weapons, they're not able to break out of it. I feel like Judge wouldn't want to be saved at this point, because they've already caught him looking like a... Like, look at him, he's crying and shit, and they took pictures of all that. I don't think he wants to go forward knowing that people seen him like this. I underestimated your kindness, the fact that you're willing to save these people. I mean, that's what his mother gave up to create. That's what she wanted. I don't really know who else they have that could save him at this point. Except maybe Nami. Nami, or I don't know what Chopper could do in this situation. Nami probably could just throw a Thunder Strike. That's about it. Or Carrot too. She can shock him, right? They are taking their sweet time to shoot them up. No pun intended. Okay, they did see him. Alright, so they probably do have something planned. They'll probably do a Thunder Strike. Just hit everybody. Probably break the candy too. Or Thunder Strike might just melt the candy. He really just... he really just dipped the other way. So I really think I'm gonna fight y'all? He's right there. Mochi! That shit really is some type of marshmallow. Ooh. So he can slice it up like that. It's kind of like, yeah, okay. So it is like fucking, what's his face? Treble's sticky stuff. But his sticky fruit was less, it was less defined. It was just sort of some arbitrary sticky substance that he leaked out. This guy's is actually some type of food. So I wonder if Luffy could eat the mochi that he puts out. What's he gonna do? Oof. You underestimated the stretchy. Is she still gonna let out the scream? Oh. Oh. It might actually happen. There it is. They got it. She's letting out the terrible scream. Is it going to knock out Katakuri? That's what I was really worried about, if it would actually knock him out. Let's see if the earplugs actually work out. Jesus. Straight up purple lightning. This brain melting scream, bro. You hear that shit and your whole ass skull is gone. Okay, so I worked on them. Luffy, put your earplugs on, dude. Look at that. The useless sun saved you, sorry sacks of shit. Now get to running. Get to booking it. Oh, they're their raid suits. Okay. That's funny. What? Give them little capsules. Yeah. 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 Who's useless now? Get at it. Fire the rocket. Now, in what way is this not going to work? Is the poison not going to be potent enough? Because it's far too easy. There it is. Yep. She skinned her knee. She's vulnerable. Oh, some of them may knock out. What the fuck? If y'all don't fire the rockets right now, thank you. Hit the trigger. You have no reason not to. Nobody can. Yeah, if you stop covering your ears, you're done for. Are we gonna get some lore behind this? What is all this, bro? We have to get some type of lore. They're putting far too much behind this whole mother thing. Oh, I think we are. Big Mom as a child, huh? I'd be interested to see that. What exactly crafted this mother or this monster? Why'd you disappear all of a sudden? Oh, we don't get to see it, bro. Don't tell me that they're just gonna go through the Big Mom flashback before actually resolving this whole confrontation. That is not what I need right now. I'm interested, to say the least, but well, I guess it makes sense to do, just to, you know, flesh out why this means so much to her, how it could have such an effect on her, because I do have to admit it's quite the ludicrous amount of screaming and terror that goes through her when this happens. But still, I mean, I do want this to be resolved. I think that's you know, that's context that we could get after the fact. I don't know, we'll see how they do the next episode. Maybe they won't do that, but considering One Piece fashion and storytelling style within the anime, and I'd assume the manga as well, maybe they're probably gonna have it so that they explain her backstory and why Mother Caramel means so much to her before resolving this, because this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if this would work on her, but maybe they're gonna try to explain the reason why it's not gonna work, because again, I said it's too easy to topple an emperor of this power and magnitude. I don't think he'll just be able to poison her and like just end it like that. And that would be far too anticlimactic, considering the distaste that I have for poison in the first place. I'd rather not have someone as powerful and imposing as Big Mom be defeated in such a way. Also interested to see what exactly Judge's, you know, analysis of the situation is going to be, considering he's been saved. Them, I have no doubt that they're just going to minimize the whole situation, like, oh, you should just let us die, we're supposed to die right there, whatever. But him, I want to see if he has any humility left in him, if he can be at all humble by the fact that the son that he disregarded the most was the one that saved him in this situation. I don't know. I'm sure Reiju is going to be, I don't know, it's a very weird family, and the way they process their emotions is it's very tough to predict. So I'll have to see what there are plenty of ways that they can go with it, but I think the brothers is pretty easy to read. They're just not going to be they're not going to be very excited by the fact that Sanji went out of their way to save them. They probably just would have felt better if they had lost in that whole entire situation that they're put in. So I am really interested to see if they continue with this. I don't think they're going to finish the fight here, but maybe they'll continue it later. I am excited to see Brook actually go all out on an enemy that he actually has a chance against. Big Mom versus Brook was cool, but it was clear he was going to win that. I actually want to see this go down. Katakuri's Mochi abilities proving to be quite interesting. I think most of the Big Mom pirates have paramecia abilities, considering how weird and wacky they are. You got Smoothie and Cracker and Candy and now Mochi, which basically seems to be some type of liquidy, gelatinous, marshmallowy type of food with the way he's manipulating it. Very versatile, because he can not only, you know, absorb bullets, but he's also able to stretch his body out, kind of like Luffy. Not only that, he can travel through the mochi that he creates, kind of like a stream. So like I said, very similar to Treble's ability. So Considering that he can infuse it with hockey, it's definitely going to be an annoying ability to say the least. What else happened here? I think that's about it, right? We got Caesar pulling up with the mirror, of course. Somehow confident in the fact that he's probably going to get his heart after this, but I doubt he will. So we'll have to see how that goes down. Let's get into the final episode of the video here, episode 836. Lego. All right, final episode of the video, 836. Was her mother a giant, or she looked like a normal person there? Goes back 63 years ago to Elbaf. Oh, Elbaf is in the New World. Okay, the famous giants, the warriors of Elbaf lived. Okay. Oh, that's her? Charlotte Linlin, a human 5 years old. Are those her parents? How did she turn out to be a giant then? So she pulled some bullshit and her supposed parents dropped her off at Elbaf, but they said deported, so was she originally from here? So those aren't her actual parents? Did they like adopt her or something? That would make sense, because then how'd she turn out to be a giant? It's interesting. They're providing some much needed context to the character of Big Mom. It's not like they haven't done this before. They've sort of done this for Whitebeard, kinda, in Marineford. They gave him a couple of flashbacks, but oh yeah, we know about Elba. There they are. The homies from Little Garden, bro. Those are Brogy and Dory. Usopp's heroes. Damn, y'all let yourselves be captured, your whole ass giants. Or the two giants' names from what was that, Mother Caramel? Wandering Nun. Sister Caramel, okay. Before she became a mother. Okay, so she was like a foster mother to Linlin. This is where she got the idea of Total Land. Now comes in the reason for her distaste of the giants. Still wondering how she came to be raised sort of off island, because she was in the care of regular people for like, how old is she, 5? So how did she leave this place and then come back? Well, it's clear why she came back, but wondering how she actually left, or not how she left, how she was taken. But you killed them in the process? Oh, you put them in the same cage? Oh my god. Did she clock him in the face? Oh, she clobbered that fool. Well, yeah, Mother Caramel, she's a giant. I'd imagine she has unreal strength for her age. But she also doesn't know the extent to her strength, so if she ever gets into a tussle with a regular child, she might kill one of them kids, bro, if they ever piss her off. Oh, okay, they know, so they won't fuck with her good. Whoa! She hurt a giant like that? Oh shit, never mind. Yo! You sadistic little... What? She was like, let me tear this shit off. It looks wrong. Oh my god. Oh, you're crazy. What is going on? Well, you live and you learn, I guess. Jesus, why do you keep letting her go out into this forest with these children alone, bro? She's blissfully unaware of her own strength. Why don't you go around and teach her about the differences of all the children there are? Now look what happened. Yeah, I'd be terrified too. She's able to crack the bones in a giant. Imagine what she can... Oh, that's them, right? Yeah. From Eni's Lobby. Yep. Brogy and Dory. They're still fighting on that island. Kashi and Oimo. Yep. Dory. Brogy. Yeah, Straw Hats have a tendency of allying themselves with giants, so it makes sense that they'd have to continue those relations, of course, but it doesn't look like they're going to keep that with Big Mom. Jesus. Fasting? She's like, I can't eat anything? Hey, yo. Who that? Oh, hair doing. Alright, so we're introducing all of the Harudin. All the giants that we met in the past. Harudin. Hyrudin. He really did clock that fool. Yeah, we have no shortage of giants in our alliances, so. Jesus. Oh no. She's going into Luffy mode. You seen the eyes disappear. Now, they said they have plenty for them to eat, but I don't know if they realize who she is. Oh yeah, she's a straight up vacuum, bro. Yep, she on that Luffy time. Yeah, nobody else but her can have any. Hey, y'all told her to prepare for the fast. How does she manage to survive for so long? She needs so much food. Jesus. Yeah, it's over. And then what happens when they run out? They don't have enough to satiate her, that's for sure. There's no way. Fasting for day 3. Girl. Talking about I'm starving, you ate everybody's semla. After day 3, she's already like this. All she can do is remember the tastiness of the overindulgence in semla that she just had. Day 5. Oh boy. He said, I'm losing weight. Yeah, was it one more week? She'd go through the suffering of hunger for her. Oh no, she's remembering the semla. What? Oh boy. This is where she gets her first, what was it called? The hunger pang? Where she's craving the food. What's poppin'? So what makes her different from the other giants? She seems to be stronger than some and more volatile. And it looks like these hunger pangs are specific to her. So I'm wondering what really happened to her. Like, she's 5 years old and she's destroying a whole ass village of giants, bro. That's these are warriors, bro. Okay, so this is where she first demonstrates this shriek. Yeah, how are you gonna talk your way out of this one, Caramel? Caramel. Which one is it? She's a demon. She gonna kill your ass, bro. I don't think you know who that is. Oh my god, look at her. Demon. Monster. Semla. Wowie wow. Boy, oh boy. Big Mom was quite the demon before she was a big mom, huh? She was a little girl and she's over here destroying villages already. My, oh my. Now, okay, so let's see. 344 years old for Yarul and Yorul. And then, what else did they have them? They had another little thing here when they explained that they're, did they have their bounties or something? I don't think I caught that. They had another, okay, here we go. Former co-captains of the giant pirates, two of the world's oldest warriors, heroes of the giants. Okay, I thought they had their bounties or something. Yeah, I mean, there has to be something different about her, because not only was she, I don't know if she was or she wasn't born here. Like, they brought her back here as being deported, so I'd assume that she was originally from here, but maybe they just assumed that because she was a giant. But when they first brought her in here, they explicitly introduced her as a human, though. Charlotte Linlin, a human 5 years old, so maybe she wasn't born as a giant? So why is she yeah, they're gonna have to do some explaining. I don't know if she's had some experiments done on her to turn her into a giant. But then that begs to ask the question, why wasn't Caesar able to do it if it's already been done on somebody? Maybe he wasn't able to replicate that same experiment. Because she's definitely, you know, showing far more volatile signs than the average giant. They've even gone so far as to have another giant girl over here that's not doing any of the same things as Linlin does. So, I mean, you know, none of this would have happened if they hadn't forced her to fast for this long. But again, she's a child and they don't really understand who or what she's capable of. And on top of that, she, you know, you live and you learn, right? She's like introducing her to all these different types of people. She doesn't understand who they are. She's like trying to bend them back into shape or whatever the fuck. So it's like, it's understandable that she doesn't understand what's going on, and they don't understand how to take care of her in any way, because those people just dropped her off without letting them know. And it seems as though they had an inkling of an idea that she was some type of monster, because that seems to be the whole reason they dropped her off, because she caused some type of destruction, and they were forced to deport her over here to Elbaf because they didn't want her wherever the hell they were living. So How did she turn this way? If she was born a giant, if she was turned into a giant, or something else, I don't know. I'm assuming she doesn't have her devil fruit yet. So why she's this way, and what makes her, if the reason why she is a giant is the reason why she's also volatile the way that she is. Maybe whatever was done to her is making her different from other giants. So we'll have to see in the next video, because they kind of ended this abruptly here within the 3 episodes. But I'm assuming we're going to go over the Charlotte Linlin backstory for quite a bit, and we'll hopefully finish it in the next video. But that does it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Next time we'll be watching episodes 837 to 839, but that wraps up this video here. Hopefully y'all join me in the next one. Peace.